Hello, my name is Stephen Williams, author of Ingenious Britain, 101 Innovations That Changed the World. And in this short video, I'm going to be explaining why the signing of the Grand Charter, more commonly known as the Magna Carta, was such an important moment, not just in British history, but in world history. And why it's viewed by so many historians as the greatest constitutional document of all time. It's the foundation of the freedom of the individual against the arbitrary authority of the despot. Democracy's journey from its genesis and limited concept in ancient Greece has had a very long and volatile path to the 21st century. And even now, it is still developing in some parts of the world and needs to be fought for. But its emergence over the centuries has included times of war and times of peace, times of revolution and times of evolution, times of campaign and refrain, times of petition and times of protest. But unquestionably, one of the most significant moments in that journey occurred on the 15th of June 1215 AD at Runnymede in Surrey, southern England. At the time in England, the ruling King John had become very unpopular. He'd been excommunicated by Pope Innocent III in 1209 AD, and his unsuccessful and costly attempts to regain his empire in northern France had made John hugely unpopular with his subjects. Now, whilst John was able to repair his relationship with the Pope in 1213 AD, his heavy taxes and aggressive assertion of feudal privileges led to the outbreak of civil war in England in May 1215. Rebellious barons marched against John, and they quickly established control of London, which weakened John's position. He was forced to meet the barons at Runnymede on the 15th of June 1215 AD and to sign the Charter of Liberties known as the Magna Carta. The document guaranteed political liberties to the people of England and required the king to follow the law. The document was remarkable. It implied that there were laws the king was bound to observe, and thus precluded any future claim to absolutism by the English monarch. Of greatest interest, certainly to later generations, was Clause 39, which stated that no free man shall be arrested, imprisoned, outlawed, exiled, or in any way victimised, except by the lawful judgment of his peers or by the law of the land. This clause has been celebrated as an early guarantee of trial by jury and of habeas corpus, which inspired England's Petition of Right in 1628 AD and the Habeas Corpus Act of 1679 AD. One of the critical elements of the Magna Carta that has stayed with democracies of all different models was the concept of ruling by the consent of the people. In the case of the original Magna Carta, it was the consent of only a tiny group of people, the barons, and not the people at large, as we recognise in democracy today. However, this important principle of accountability and the rule of law had been established and has remained over the centuries, expanding and being built upon as more people were included in the democratic process and became enfranchised. Essentially, the Magna Carta established the idea of a consultative government, an idea that is central to modern democracy. And among the Magna Carta's legacies, some 800 years later, are the three following ideas. Number one, that all people should be given the right to justice and a fair trial, which means they can access courts and legal processes through fair means, free from corruption. Number two, that there should be limits to taxation. And number three, people should have a say in how they are governed. And so the Magna Carta's importance on the world's democratic development cannot be overstated. It's even been referenced by presidents such as Roosevelt and Obama, and it has also provided inspiration for a number of other documents, including the United States Declaration of Independence and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights by the United Nations. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please like it, subscribe to the channel, and perhaps get a copy of the book Ingenious Britain. My name is Stephen A.T. Williams, and thank you very much for watching.